videos as well.
You're live. Hello, we're live. Is anybody watching? No, not yet.
Nice. I didn't realise you were actually.
Now somebody's watching. Hello, whoever you are.
But you're upstairs. What are you watching?
Doing something at the minute.
Sorry?
We're doing something at the minute.
Okay. I'll leave you to it then.
Hello, the two viewers.
Very good.
Fuel powered Keith just there saying hello.
My head looks really big compared to yours. Can you sit
Look.
towards it?
I'll sit forward. No. Hello, Mr. Joyd, Mr. Joseph
Mr.
Lloyd. There we
Joyd.
go. Good start to the evening. You'll be talking like your grandparents into the camera for the very first time. Hello. How are we this evening? Just trying to get comfy inside of our little Trident companion caravan at the minute. We are indeed, Joseph. Yes, very much so. It's a comfy little space, actually. We've got the fan heater on in the background. You might just about be able to hear it. Not sure, but
Yeah. If you can hear it, let's know. We'll turn it off.
yeah, if you can hear it, we'll turn it off. But yeah, we've got a good light set up behind us. Oh, you've only got 11 subscribers to go to 5,000. That's not made to go until that very special video goes live. Wink, wink, eh? Evening, Ian. How's it going?
It's very weird that people can't talk back.
You
Oh,
can't hear it.
good.
Excellent. It is quite noisy to us, but if you can't hear it, that's good. Yes, we have tonight's beverage. But yes, we're actually inside the caravan for once, and if you watched our reveal video, you can see things are slightly different in here, in that there's not really a lot in here at the minute. But it's all developing very, very slowly. Oh, 5 viewers now. 5. Yeah, go Ian. 100, one away from 200. Oh, it's a good achievement, isn't it? Got to get there. Yes, exactly, Joseph, with the upcoming Tweet reviews video of something or other. No, it's good fun. We haven't done one of these live videos before, but we thought try something different, and here we are. We've got a laptop to use now, whereas previously we didn't. But now we do, and we're here inside the caravan.
Yes.
It's good times. I've liked working on this caravan so far. I've been busy on it for the last 3 weeks since we bought it. It's been 4 weeks since we bought it, but
Yeah,
3
I
weeks
think
of working.
The first weekend was busy anyway, wasn't it? In terms of
Things.
taking some time to get home, taking a longer time to get home than we originally planned. So I think having the last 3 weeks really focused on it. I think next week we're going to have a little bit of a break.
Might
from
go
it.
shopping.
Yeah,
but
we're going to go shopping. But
no, we've got to get there somehow with that.
good evening, Matt. Nice to
Hello,
not
Mr.
see
Finch.
you.
No. Oh, we can talk, but sadly we can't see you. You can see us, but we can't see you this time. But yeah, we're out here in the caravan. It's not the warmest of evenings, hence
No.
why we've got a blanket, which you can't see.
Blanket and fan heater and jumpers and
Yeah, we're like an old married couple in here,
We are.
basically.
a blanket.
Yeah,
Just need a mug instead of a glass.
got a cider, so he's must. Not driving, so. Anyway, how are we all doing? Welcome to the live stream for the very first time on the channel. We've never done this, so who knows what's going to happen. It could be really good, it might be awful, but let's hope it's more towards the former. Oh, hello, Mark. Welcome to the stream. All right, then.
I was just getting notifications of being followed by some
Oh, we're getting followed by more people. Ooh, exciting times.
people.
Yeah, so have you guys got any questions or anything you want to ask us particularly? I mean, obviously we're inside the caravan. I may have said that 1 or 2 times already, but there's been quite a few big things going on regarding the channel as of late, with obviously the rebrand at the start of the month, and
Yeah, that's crazy that wasn't even a month ago.
no, I know, and obviously buying what was sat in and breaking something else quite considerably. But yeah, it's been an interesting month, January so far. I mean, I've liked this month.
30th.
30th of, yeah.
One more day of January.
One more day of January. Oh, this month's gone quickly, hasn't it?
Well, look at how much, like you say, how much we've achieved already and how much we've done so far. So
Yeah. Just out of interest, guys, can you hear us okay at all there? We haven't had the chance to speak to Mr. Coleman yet. No, we've been busy working on the caravan today and tried messaging him last night, but haven't really had much of a chance. Who's saying pardon?
it's because you've asked if you can hear us all right.
Excellent. Mark can hear us. Everyone else is saying pardon because they're funny.
Thank you, Mark. Yeah.
Hello, Richard, as well.
And Carlos.
And Carlos,
It's
obviously.
nice to see that, we're all here in spirit.
Yeah. Yeah, so...
There's room for one more, Carlos, don't worry. We can squeeze over.
Can we?
You can sit in the corner.
Excellent. Good work. Yes, Joseph, not had the chance to speak to Mr. Coleman yet regarding certain big green French machines, but hopefully later on this evening, maybe tomorrow, we'll have a chat with him at some point. But yeah, good times. Hopefully some things should be happening with that, whether it's good or bad in the next week or so, as I mentioned in the video on Friday. But yeah, obviously I think I made my point with it fairly well known that I want, well, what I want to do with the car, but yeah, let's see. Good times with that. I'm heartbroken on the inside. What is it we got on this? Because the HP laptop we got, so it seems to be okay visually and sound, so it's not doing too badly. That's obviously as a first stream, we don't know quite what to expect, but
yeah, that's a great idea.
That is a good idea. See if we can tow it with the the bike. That'd be a good idea. Yeah.
Maybe we should do it now before there's too many things in it, just in case it gets too heavy.
Yeah. To be fair, his bike's not exactly weak. I mean, it's a 1200cc BMW, so yeah, we do quite well. I mean, funnily enough,
I don't know
Carlos,
what it means.
go on.
So I don't know what that means.
Oh, it means powerful bike, basically. Yeah, no, this little caravan is designed to be towed by trikes and bikes and everything else, as well as obviously traffic minis and pandas and things. So, yeah, that's a good time. So we shall see. We'll see if we can even find a tow bar for your motorcycle, Carlos. What else we got? Still working on sourcing. Yes, very much. We have got people being very kind to me with this, because obviously the car does mean a lot to me, even if there are other people around me where it maybe doesn't mean quite as much.
I'm not one of them.
Not you, not her.
I'm all up for keeping it. It's fine.
No, she's all up for it. But yeah, we've got some good people around us, and hopefully, fingers crossed, we can organise something for the car. But as I said in the video, we got until Thursday, Friday next week to decide. So
yeah.
At the minute, it's just sitting in its little sad corner, being departed of badges and speakers and amplifiers and various other bits and pieces.
It's the emptiest I've ever seen that car.
Yeah, it's usually full of rubbish, but not this time. No. So things should be moving. How come the new name? Good question. Did we answer that with the reveal video? I can't remember. It was such a long time ago for us. So much has happened
Christmas.
since.
I think.
Hello, Tom.
Hello, Tom. The new name kind of came around in terms of you wanting to change it from being just you to being obviously the team of the three of us, and it would be. I think you were finding a lot of people getting the name wrong or misinterpreting your name at shows and stuff last year. I must admit, I found it quite funny, but I don't think they did.
I mean, I found it funny to an extent, but it does get quite tiresome when your name gets said wrong all the time for the channel. So you keep having to go, no, it's this, and look to your window on the car and point it out, and oh, that's what it is. So
I think fuel power as well is just something. It sounds a little bit more professional, which is another thing that you wanted to work towards, which you did mention. Have mentioned kind of a few times, but nothing necessarily, really important. But just to make it a little bit more professional, make something more of the three of us doing it rather than just Jake, and also it's more than just his cars now.
It is a bit, yeah. It started off as very much being my cars on the driveway or in the garage like we are now, but it developed much further past that as soon as the events started kicking off back in 2020, basically, when obviously lockdowns and everything else were lifted. Obviously, I know we've mentioned lockdowns on this channel plenty of times, but it's something that did dominate everyone's lives for a long time.
Yeah.
And lockdown was kind of how this channel started, because I lost my job, which was pretty much full time, but it was part-time 0-hour type of job. Lost my job there, and it meant I had suddenly more time to go out and go to events. So changing the channel name, it now seemed right, basically. Also, another thing was when trying to find the channel on YouTube, YouTube tends, or autocorrect had the tendency to keep changing it to Will's Wheels, which kept directing to other people's channels. So I got quite a few messages saying, basically, can't find your channel, keep being directed here. So it now seemed like the right time going into a new year, new me, and all that stuff. But yes, right. Read through the comments that have all happened
Right,
since.
I've tried to see.
I haven't.
Yes, we'd like to keep it on the road. The car. Do any of the subscribers have any topics that would be interesting?
Well, it's up to them to ask it.
Yeah. Anything that, I think from looking through from the comments on here, we know personally probably most of them. There's maybe one that we don't, but obviously there's people viewing that aren't making a comment necessarily. So we probably do know them anyway, and have already maybe made connections. But obviously, if you know that there is anyone who would like to have their car featured either on YouTube or on Instagram, I'm more than happy to take sort of photos for cars in something that we talked about in the summer last year, that I'd love to do a bit more car photography and that kind of thing as well. That it would be something that even we could just work into Instagram, social media, rather than a full-blown YouTube video, if it's not something that we would have the time for, or whoever would have the person would have the time for. And obviously if they're in like the south of England, even better, because we kind of
our area.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What else do we have? Totally agree, very annoying when people pronounce your name wrong. Isn't it just annoying when people pronounce your name wrong?
Yeah. Do you have that problem all the time with your name?
Yes, I do.
Yeah?
Yes.
All right, Jenny.
Genevieve, that's my favourite.
Genevieve. It's quite a good one.
All about the modern MGs.
Yes, we like modern MGs on this channel, especially with offering the great value for money they actually do. Obviously, 7-year warranty. We've reviewed, or at least I've reviewed quite a lot of them actually. All of them bar the ZS EV now. Obviously, bearing in mind different specs of cars and all that, but generally with the car, all of them bar the ZS EV now, which is very good. Obviously, thank you to Joseph for helping with those and actually making those opportunities happen. Because obviously, many of those reviews came about when he had the cars for a week for his own channel. So obviously, the MG content. Extremely thankful both to MG Motor UK and Joseph, because without either of those, this sort of thing wouldn't happen. What else have we got?
Lots of people saying they like the name. Thank you.
Excellent. So do we. Hence why jumpers and slightly weird. There we go.
I'm just
that's
sure.
it. Well, I'm not doing much better. I'm sort of slouched down a bit, but yeah, actually getting quite a good idea of what it's going to be like to sleep in here. Have we started any work on the caravan? Yes, a lot of work's been going on behind the scenes. What you probably can't see too well there is it's all fairly well stripped back in here now.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty empty. I'm being careful not to flick old adhesive into my lovely cider.
But
yeah,
I was thinking about getting some. I've been a bit slack on the social media recently, just trying to get my head around a new job, and
it's not easy, is it?
No, and trying to get myself in gear with fuel power stuff as well has been quite tricky. But we're getting to the end of January. I'm finding my feet, so I think there might be some updates in terms of our little caravan on Instagram and stuff coming up.
Yes. What's next? Have you started any work? We've already read that because that's what we just answered. Yes, we do know where you are, Joseph. We'll be obviously seeing you before too much longer, I'm quite sure. You could start a channel called Electric Power if you want, Chris. I mean, obviously, Chris has got the Peugeot E208 it is now. Walked around his previous 208, which was a 1.2 turbo GT line or edition or one of those. But yes, Chris has got E208, which we might be having a look at later on this year. Wink, wink, okay, Chris? That'd be good fun. You're staying out, are you?
What did you go up to?
No, don't even know. But no, yeah, I really like electric vehicles. I enjoyed the MG5 I've driven already and the mild hybrid HS as well. That was quite fun. It's different having hybrid power and electric. Obviously, that torque you get as well. So, yeah, that'll be good times with that. What's next?
DSMT day.
Yes, did enjoy the SMMT test day south near Basingstoke. That was good fun.
I was very jealous of that.
You were, yeah, you were.
Stuck at school.
You were still in your old job at that point, but yeah. Ooh, a Model 3. I'm looking forward to a Model 3. I haven't got any Teslas on the channel. That will surely bring in the Tesla folk.
Any thoughts for your first caravan trip will be? Unfortunately, not Ireland.
Not Northern Ireland either, sadly, Ian, but I think we might stick somewhat local for our first trip in this, just to make sure it's all okay. And if there's any changes we need to make, we can obviously make them. But I think our first event, first event that we're going to be going to in this, it's Retro Rides Weekend, I think is the plan with this and the Mini as well, because obviously the Renault is currently out of action, so that won't be going, even if we do keep it or whatever. But yeah, good times with that.
But if we get it done before the deadline, then we'll probably stay local somewhere. We've looked at maybe going to the New Forest.
New Forest is nice.
An hour.
We like the New Forest.
And or maybe up to Devizes, so we know that that's a slightly more matte area.
Yeah, we went to Devizes not too long ago for a West Country's Minis meet, which is quite fun.
It was only a month ago now.
It was, yeah. Where's the time go?
And there will be a blog post on that at some point as well.
Yes.
If anybody's checked out the website, it will be getting a bit more content and stuff on there as well as the year goes on.
Yeah, no, we are slowly adding to the website, but obviously we're still currently very much in the transition period, I would say, from what the channel was.
And we do both have full-time jobs.
And we do work, and obviously at the weekends now we've currently got something white and pink to occupy our time. So
not a bag of marshmallows.
No, not marshmallows.
You're always looking at classified ads for stuff for sale. Anything tempting to come up this week?
Skoda Favorit.
In Slovenia, you like
That's
a trip,
way.
Matt, don't you? Like a trip.
That's a long, long way to go, Matt. But no, fair play to you if you do it. No, I'd like to do a trip like that one day.
Yeah.
Maybe not for a car collection, because I think I've got enough as it is, but I can always add more. Maybe a temporary one we could add for like a month, 2, maybe 3 if there's a challenge or something to enter. But
we need to go to Northern Ireland for making Ian sad.
yeah, well, we can plan a trip to Northern
I'd
Ireland.
love to go to Northern Ireland.
It's definitely on the list of places to visit at some point, but maybe not as soon as we finish this.
Yeah.
Test it out first somewhat locally and then and get going. And yes, Joseph, I did mean the HS plug-in hybrid, sorry, not the mild hybrid. I was thinking of something else I said mild hybrid. No idea what. Just the unique way my brain works sometimes.
I'm looking forward to Retro Rides this week. This week? Yeah, let's go now.
It's not this week.
This year. I didn't quite
go last year. No, but I mean, I enjoyed it last year, very much so. It's the only Renault Megane at all there, let alone the Classic. But yeah, I really enjoyed that weekend. Met some good people there who follow quite a lot on Instagram and their adventures. They have vehicles of their own that they work on. One of them's got a Mark III Escort, I think. Yeah, it is Mark III. I was trying to think whether it was Mark III, Mark IV, or Mark III, but sorry. No, Mark III Escort. That's quite a good little car. Really like that. Hopefully, maybe can organise something with him. And another one massively into his Volkswagen, so could be something interesting to do there. He's got 1.8 Audi TT swap VW Passat, I think it's B3 but it's good fun. I do like Volkswagen. We haven't got too many Volkswagen bits and pieces on the channel yet, so it's a scene I'd like to explore. Oh gosh, the comments are coming in thick and fast now.
That's right. They're having a little conversation with themselves.
That's all right.
It's very hubnut off Matt to be alright.
It is, yeah. No, I remember when he did his trip to, what was it? I think, was it Romania? He got his,
There you go, slightly further down, Joseph.
yes, with the Dacia, whatever it was, I can't remember. Yeah. So I'm trying to catch up with the comments. They keep.
I'm trying to
up
read
as
it while
soon
he's
as-
talking Carl, because I
Yeah.
don't understand. Mark's got too much space. We were talking about that at lunchtime, actually, Matt, how much space you've got. Quite jealous.
What else have we got?
Current colour scheme could be used to promote barracks, pink and white new girl. Niche, but yeah. Do you remember this? Do you remember this?
No.
Try to remember this. No.
Sorry, we're trying to keep track of who everyone is.
Yeah, just
We're
saying
new
hello
to
to everyone.
this.
And this person that doesn't, well, as the person who doesn't spend any time on the background of YouTube, it's very like, ooh, who's that person? So, hello, nice to meet everybody. But I didn't really know. Sounds like a busy afternoon, Richard. One change.
Sorry, we're not trying to look creepy into the camera. We're just trying to catch up. My service on the Honda, yes. Yeah, I've got to be on top of these things. I mean, I haven't done an oil change on the Mini for a little while, so it's probably something I need to do fairly soon. Hello, Ben. Also,
Hello,
Triton
Ben.
Longer. There we go. Yes, that's right. Romania types, and then change to Croatia. All done it, Ian. All done it. I get mixed up with things all the time. 16-year-old VW Touareg. I mean, it could be worthwhile having a look at. As I say, it's a different scene to what we see. Usually Fiat and Minis with me mainly, and obviously a little bit of Renault, but maybe not for a while, if at all.
Oh, Ben. Hello, Ben. I do know who you are. That's fine.
But yeah.
Ben works for my mum.
Oh, I see. See, I'm trying to learn how like all these new people as well, because a load of people also sort of started following the channel when we changed the fuel power swings. You got involved as well. A lot of
Yeah.
people that you know started following as well. Who I
All these people
I've
that have
not
no idea
met.
about cars. So, you know, there you go.
these are people I've not met yet. So hello. Hopefully, we'll be meeting you at some point in the future. Dacia 1410. Yes, I think so. When are we going to get something very yank and very loud? Maybe not anytime soon, Chris. I would quite like to try something American, but
We get
not in the near future.
Carlos otherwise in the States.
Oh, yes. Carlos
Bring
might,
something back.
he might be heading over there, so we'll maybe send Carlos to do some Americanism stuff. It's not a word, but it'll do.
Americanism is a word.
Is it a word? Or Americanism?
An Americanism, yeah. That's
Yeah.
Learning
Learning new
things.
things.
What's a Sunday without learning something new?
Yes, back to the weekly grind. What else we got? Confusing. Good evening, says Joseph. Yes. Cheap car classified is definitely dangerous. Yes, very dangerous. I am incredibly tempted by many cars on it, but needless to say, I don't have any space, basically. I mean, I do kind of have space on the drive at the minute, really, because there isn't one here, because it's at a place, not a storage unit yet, but it's currently in a place being awaited on its future, as we all know. But yeah, fun times with that. Right, on a GMC day van. Oh, is this the one you were going on about when I last saw you with basically like a caravan type thing, was it, Chris, if I remember rightly? Let's say so much has happened in the last month. It's been hard trying to keep track on everything. Oh no, you're doing dangerous things.
I'm pressing buttons.
You're pressing buttons. Oh no.
I'll leave it alone.
I think we're trying to get the comments to go a little bit slower at the minute, Ben.
It's alright. I'm keeping up with it. It's
No,
fine.
you're not the one who's always talking
I know.
like me. I can talk for days when I want to. Usually, until people get to know me, I'm very quiet. But as soon as I know I can just tap for days. I could talk for England if I wanted to. How many people do I know called Ben? At one point within the place I used to work, there were about 4 people called Ben. And when I was put in on the same evening as them one evening, it was
Ben!
interesting down radios and things. That was a fun evening. I just said, should I change my name to Ben to make things easier? And they didn't find that funny.
I don't know any Bens anymore apart from that Ben.
Oh, well, there we go. I still know
Are
a few
the only
Bens.
Ben.
I still know a few Bens. But
Carlos, you taking your camera with you? You're going to film it for us. Do a nice walk around the museum.
that'd be a good plan. Do a museum walk around. Yeah. That'd be good fun. I've never been to America. I've never been outside of Europe. Well, maybe Cyprus briefly. But I don't think that's outside of Europe. My geography's not that good with that. But
I've barely left England. I don't know.
oh, that's true. Where's the furthest you've been?
Spain.
Spain.
Yeah.
Gosh. We just get you travelling up.
Oh, it's cameraed up.
Camera'd up.
Cameraed.
Crikey. Bare bones vehicle at the moment. It has a Hemi shoehorn into the front of it. That could be quite interesting. Yeah. Who doesn't like one of those?
Riding a horse. Oh gosh.
Carlos, you smell. That's very mean, Chris. You can't say that about Carlos. For anybody wondering, Chris does know who Carlos is.
This is just being rude.
He's not just some random person being rude to Carlos. So yeah, just for a bit of a background, if you haven't watched the any previous videos with me and Carlos in it, I met Carlos through a college project back in 2015, 16, and Chris, I went to college with Chris as well, and we all met up there. So yeah, Chris isn't just being unnecessarily rude to Carlos.
They go way back.
Yes. We enjoy being on a live stream. Well, that's very kind of you to say, Joseph. Yeah, we don't really know quite what we're doing with this at the minute. It's just
But I think
here.
it was kind of an idea to take away a little bit of the pressure of an edit from Jake in terms of still having a bit of a monthly update. And it's nice to have a chat. We're both chatty people, and
Really,
although it's a little bit weird that we can't actually see any of you, and we're just kind of talking to ourselves.
Pretty much,
But,
but it's kind of fun.
but yeah, it's just
I'm
I
used to
think
talking to myself, though. I do it all at the shows.
But I think as the year goes on and we start going to shows and stuff, it might be a good time for us to do something like this to update anybody who's interested, of actually kind of what we're doing coming up in that month as well. So if you want to keep an eye out for things, or it's not something that you've heard of and it's local to you or whatever, then you could maybe go as well. And it would be great to meet some more people, as you know, while we're at these places. I think February is pretty quiet for us, really, isn't it?
Yeah, there's not really a lot going on in February at the
No.
minute. It's a bit like January. I mean, there was meant to be Bingley Hall, literally, I think it was today, actually.
Yes, it was today.
But sadly, that's been postponed until later on in March. I think it's middle of March now. But
March is kind of when it really sort of
It kicks
starts
off
to
a
kick
bit.
off. And we've got a busy month with birthdays and
I think who that is.
going on. But just things that mean that we're just a little bit busier from March onwards.
I'm gonna have to go back. I can't read.
I know we've done all those. That's fine. Yeah, we've done them.
That's museum, basic service kit from Mark 1. I don't think they're that expensive, really. Mark 1 McGann service kits. There's not really much, and many of the parts are still in production because of Dacia, especially in Eastern Europe. Obviously, maybe not the newer Dacias, which use obviously newer engines, 3 cylinders, and all that, but some of the older stuff from 2008 to 12, like the Sandero / Logan and things like that. That's still in production. I mean, the dipstick I got for my Megane, that was from a Dacia Logan from about 2003. So it all works. But no, he doesn't completely deserve it, Chris. He doesn't completely deserve you being mean to him. He's a lovely man, as we both know.
Someday
laugh.
it might be washed. What's your favourite, best car
This museum.
museum you've been to?
I'll let you answer first.
Oh, gosh. Hi,
Put you on the
Amber.
spot. Hello, Amber.
Oh, I think British Motor Museum, or Gaydon as I always knew it, was the one that I remember going to more when I was younger. But probably like Bewley is both of our kind of closest, so that's probably my favourite because it's the one I did go to the most.
Bewley, definitely. I spent a lot of time down there, especially when the World of Top Gear opened.
Sorry, you shouldn't go back. You're talking too much.
Not me.
No, not you.
No, basically when World of Top Gear opened, huge fan of Top Gear back in the day. I mean, I still like it today. It's, you know, I don't think it's quite as good as peak Top Gear around sort of 2007 to 11ish sort of time. I used to watch it religiously. That's the problem. But yeah, I mean, it's still good. It's still very entertaining. I enjoy it with Chris Harris,
Oh,
and
too much cider.
too much cider already. I've only had half a glass. Not that much. But yeah, Chris Harris, Paddy McGuinness, and Freddie Flintoff. It's, you know, it's still entertaining. Still like the Grand Tour as well. You know, it's all entertaining. If I didn't watch it, it wouldn't be anything to watch. So
No.
yeah,
Fifth Gear fans as well. I like
yes, Fifth Gear. That's where we found out about Johnny Smith.
Yeah.
Who obviously many of you will know. Late Break Show here on YouTube. If you haven't watched him, check him out. Good
Nice little
content
feature
on
of Pogo at the end of one of his videos.
yeah, the Panda featured. He quite liked it, and he's very complimentary. Called me a
Yes.
young driver. So
Very, very nice man.
yeah.
Going to an event at Brooklands in April.
Yes, the event in Brooklands, the New Year's Day meet, which is not in New Year's Day anymore because Brooklands logic. But yeah, there was a.
Is that on the list?
I think
We have a calendar. We're that busy.
We've got an event schedule now with holidays and weekends and everything
Yeah,
in between.
we've marked out all the weekends that we're not doing anything. It's a total of about 11 the whole year. So we're going to be busy.
Not many. We've got a big year planned. Obviously, what's some key events we're going to?
Festival Italia is the one I'm most excited for because
Yes.
I'm taking my car. Yay!
Yeah, and also Simply Italian at Bewley as well.
Simply Italian, yep. It's a new show which will obviously bring both my car and Panda as well.
And we've got a couple of other cars joining us as well, supposedly.
Yep. My mum.
Your mum in her 500, your
My
cousin in her
500.
500 family,
Yeah.
Fiat Eastie there. Also, might be having Tom, who's Abba featured literally only a couple of weeks ago on this channel for the 500 subscribers special. He might be joining in. Might have a few other people. We've asked a couple of others, but we shall see nearer the time, I'm sure.
But like we say, it's local, so anybody
local.
who's around here is pretty.
Yeah, if you want to join in, just drop us a message on any of our social medias or in the comments or something on a video. I'm sure we'll make an announcement nearer the time. That's something we can do.
Good idea. The live stream review by any miss live. Me, it has to be
Yes, the calendar is looking very hectic from mid-March onwards.
somewhere in Brittany. Private collection of 500 cars from early. Wow, that sounds cool.
That's crazy. Yeah, another museum I remember is Haynes. Now, I know Joseph.
I haven't been to Haynes for a long time.
No. When was it I last went? Must have been about 2018. I last went. It's been years since I've been. They changed it quite a bit since as well. So
I must say the Silverstone one was good.
Silverstone Interactive Museum. We didn't film that because we went up for the lap of lights.
And with the whole family.
And with the whole family, so
Everybody.
parents and Nan,
Grandparent.
in my case, she came along with her little orange wheelie. No horn. I put a horn on it at one point, she took it off. I'm very annoyed about that. It's like, just keep it on. Useful for going down the street on her way down to her local
See, we need
supermarket.
to write all these places down and go on a bit of an adventure.
Yeah,
Dusseldorf.
we've got a caravan now, we can go on
Brittany.
these adventures.
Oh,
Not to
oh,
brag
God,
or
I
anything.
should have done actually.
I know, Matt, there is no excuse, is there? There's no excuse not to go to Haynes. But yeah, we need to make a journey down there at some point, I think. I know Joseph fairly recently went down. Amber might come to the Bewley one, maybe. Well, fingers crossed if you do. Just let us know and we'll obviously say hi. Obviously,
Yeah, I think you've got enough pandas to bring down there.
how many pandas has your dad's actually got? Is it about 4 or 5? So we know he's got the other. Is it still a secret project? I don't want to say if it still is, because obviously your channel's thing. I don't like telling other people things.
You don't like reveal their secrets.
No,
do you?
exactly.
Yes, I can't wait, Mark, to be part of the club. That's exciting. I hope I've put the right one after all the drama with the wrong one. But
Yeah,
we'll-
there's 2 Fiat 500
we'll
owners clubs,
hope.
aren't there? Yeah,
I'll just tuck in. It'll be okay.
I'll be parked up somewhere with the Pandas, I imagine, rather than the 500s. But I might join the 500s towards the end of the day when things sort of.
Haynes,
Clear
yeah,
out a bit.
Haynes is local for us.
It's only about 50 minutes from us or
Yeah,
so.
we haven't
It's not
been.
far, an hour, something, I don't know.
Maybe we'll write it on the list. We'll fit it in.
Yeah, we'll find the time. Yep, Haynes Motor Museum, definitely worth a visit. Yep, 100%. The Lancia, yeah. As it's the. Again, I don't want to say it, just in case. Can't remember whether you've shown it off yet or not, because I know we saw it at
The Nissan
Revo's.
100 NX from my dad's Lancia.
The Lancia. I like the 100 NX as well. Absolutely love that thing. Would have one. 3 Pandas now.
Oh, that'd be nice.
Lancia.
Get a bunch
There we
of
go.
mini people down at Haynes. That's where I used to go to Haynes with loads of mini people when I
Yeah.
was about 6.
Yeah, but Dad's very much a mini fanatic as well, so
Yeah, he
it
was.
kind of works out quite well.
His cars have grown in the years, but
I like minis.
not just by number,
case
by
that
actual
happens.
size.
MGTF review, yes, Tom, we're doing that as well. Hopefully, fingers crossed, we can organise a time to do that. Should be going up to the Midlands a few times actually to
Yeah.
go to various events. I think the earliest time we're going up is maybe around March as well. So
I'll give you a shout, Tom, I'm sure.
yeah, we've actually got quite a few cars to review this year. We better get on it actually.
Yeah. So you need
Yeah.
that Friday off.
That is why I need Fridays off and things like that. Yeah, we've got Mr. Coleman who's offered a few cars to us as well, who obviously Joseph's mentioned. He's a rubbish mechanic on YouTube if you want to check out his content if you don't watch already. Yeah, Tom, obviously with your MG as well. It's good times. Got plenty of cars.
We have.
I haven't even reviewed all of mine yet. The only one I've
Too
done is the
many.
Renault. I haven't done the Fiat or the Mini, or no, I've done your 500. Got Mum's Sandero, which featured in the end of the year update as well. That's coming up at some point fairly. Whenever.
Carlos is in there as well.
Carlos's car and possibly his bike, but obviously I can't do that because I don't have a bike license. So, not a bicycle, not a bicycle. Yeah, actual
You can ride a
motorbike.
bike.
I can ride a bicycle. In fact, it's just somewhere around there. Joseph still to drive a Mark 1 Panda. Yes, me too. I want to drive one. So me, I'm hoping to get a technically Mark 3, 4, whatever it is. I lose track because facelifted Panda's called the Mark 2 because it's weird.
Yes.
Yes, rather than called Mark 1 Phase 1 or whatever like Renault do. But yeah, I'd like to try a Mark 1 Panda, whether it's Mark 1 pre or post facelift or whatever. That'd be good fun. It's a bit like the Mini, I think. Very basic. Ooh.
Review Ian's one. Can we get to Northern Ireland?
We can get one day we'll go to Northern Ireland.
One day.
One day. We'll get over there one day, Ian.
Maybe not this year. Maybe next year.
Yeah, you might have. Am I right in thinking, Ian, you might be coming over for IMM in 2024 if it's back in the UK then, depending when it happens?
We might be able to get to Northern Ireland before then.
You might be able
That's a
to.
long way away.
It is, yeah, but you know, if we don't have time or something, I don't know. Hopefully we will, fingers crossed. But
There you go, Joseph. We need to just. We've got a list of cars to review. People that we know and people that have offered their cars. So I think this list is going to be about 100 cars long if we're not careful. Thank you, though, for everybody's offers.
Panda Color. Yes, they're quite rare now, aren't they, the Panda Color edition? Oh, Matt, keeping us posted about 2024, thank you. They haven't updated where it is yet. I mean, I don't really know anything about 2024 IMM yet. Hello, Miss Hobnut, welcome.
Hello.
Who else? Do you get to drive a Mark 1 Panda 4x4 built for off-roading? Yes.
That sounds pretty cool, to be fair.
the Mark 1 off-road Panda
Yeah.
4x4. Yeah, that's brilliant. I love those things. I mean, I went to Italy many, many years ago on holiday with the parents, and that must have been around 2008. I mean, I know they stopped production of the Panda original shape one back in 2003 out in that sort of area. They're still using them to go up Mount Vesuvius, which is incredibly difficult to go up. To put it this way, you go one step forwards, and because it's so shingly, you just basically slide back down again. It's hopeless. But no, the little Panda, fantastic little thing, brilliant car, love them.
She's still suffering from caravan envy.
Still, well,
We've been working on it all day
we have been,
and
yeah.
yesterday, and it's now
Yeah.
very empty. I think you missed that bit at the beginning of the video.
Yeah, you can probably see slight evidence along here on the
There's
side.
nothing left in it now, apart from some cupboards that just won't come out.
No, we're struggling to figure that out, but we'll get there eventually.
And we've made some friends with some spiders, and
I hate spiders.
showing them the Hoover.
I'm like Ron Weasley when it comes to spiders, basically.
But yeah, I think you've got a bit of time next week, so I think by the end of next week, or
Yeah, I got a
end of the
little bit
week
of
coming, we'll be gutted, and then we'll be able
Hopefully
to
I'll
have
be
some.
gutted.
You won't be gutted though.
Hopefully
I
not.
have some time to go shopping for some things. We're talking like floor and that kind of thing. Nothing fun and exciting yet.
No, we've also got some plans for maybe doing a tutorial on one or two things we're doing with the caravan. I'll give you a hint as to do with plastic, so that could be quite fun.
It's a
But
tutorial that I also need to attend because I've got no idea what you're talking about.
I think it's going to have
Okay.
to be, yeah, how to
It goes
make
well.
things. But yeah, no, we've actually been quite busy on this recently. It's good fun, this. I've enjoyed this project so far.
Yeah.
How long have we been going so far? 42 minutes, crikey. I've been
Gosh.
talking for
We
ages.
have been talking for a while. I tell you, when we get going.
Tour for England, us. Spare artificial grass.
Oh,
Yes. Yes, we want that.
Maybe we could get that to put in the awning. This caravan did come with an awning.
Yes, it
we
has
haven't put
awning.
it out yet. We don't actually know if it works. They told us that it's either missing a pole or a pole is broken, something like that. But it will probably add or make double the size of the caravan, to be perfectly honest, the size of it.
We don't actually know how big this thing is either yet, but
No.
it'll be good fun.
Yes.
Trying to figure out, maybe put it on the front lawn and just test it out there behind Mini or
Yeah, give it a go.
Panda or something, because there will be a tow bar going on the Panda at some point, because obviously with the Renault now gone, I need a practical tow vehicle. So Panda
It's
can
like
do it. Panda's
Tow bar
doing it.
central in this place now. At the moment.
Practical goodness, towing goodness and all that, as I say when I look at them in a video.
And Ian plans to come over. 60 decals on the doors to celebrate his 60th birthday. Oh, that's exciting.
That'd be brilliant, actually.
Should we get her a balloon like we did Millie?
Yes, get a balloon.
Millie had a balloon at
BMM, British Motor
British
Museum.
Motor Museum this year. This
Yeah.
was her 30th birthday. Good girl.
And hence why she's still got her 30th stickers on. On memories, yep. Fond memories of Mark 1 pandas. Yeah, my great uncle had a Mark 1 panda, and he ended up wrapping it around a tree somehow, but he survived, so it really worked. That was Fred. Yeah.
What a guess.
What a guess from you. Well done.
Will there be any Austin A30, A35 content? Yes, there will be at some
Yeah.
point.
Funnily enough, I was doing a bit of work for it today, as well as doing stuff on the caravan. I mean, mainly today was just you doing stuff on this, really.
It was me.
'Cause
a small amount of
I've been-
digital today.
Pottering around. Basically, this weekend we've had 2 or 3 weekends of fully going at this, getting everything done, and this weekend we're just taking it at a slower pace, basically.
Sometimes it's needed.
So, I mean, it's nice to have a break. I mean, next weekend I don't think we're doing anything on this at all, just having a relaxing weekend
we're gonna have
off.
a bit of a relaxing weekend.
Maybe film a review.
We're gonna get filming. That's Friday. See, those useful Fridays.
I've got a Friday off this week, so
And try and do a bit of shop. I suppose we could film that a little bit. Some of the shops and stuff. Be brave and vlog in like real life public, rather than just car public. Who knows? Yeah, I'm pretty sure Hubnut's got some it's like PTSD about the artificial grass.
Nam flashbacks and all that. Yeah. What else we got? That thing.
Well, see, we can't provide you with A35 content. It's A30 van content. For
Yeah.
anybody who doesn't know, it belongs to my dad. My dad bought it
Couple
in September,
last
October
year,
last
yeah.
year. And it's not quite on the road, but it works and it's fine. It's just, you know, the more paperwork side of things is not quite there yet. He's also a bit of a perfectionist, just trying to make it perfect before anybody sees it. It's like hardly left the garage.
Yeah, this is why we haven't been allowed to take any photos of it yet as a sort of, I guess, extended fleet member.
Yeah. But
Maybe.
eventually it will be going to shows and that will so the plan is to get it to shows this year, so hopefully it will feature as well. And if you're there and we're there as well, we can definitely point you in the right direction if you're interested.
Obviously, he'll be going to shows, classic car shows. Chances are probably be convoying Mini and A30, so that could
And
be
we're
quite an
just-
interesting scene.
Be prepared to talk for England, not with us, with my dad, because he'll go on about it.
You say not with us.
Well, I'm not
With
going to
us
be there.
as
I've got no idea what's going on. You're all talking too quickly again. I've got to get on.
Oh no. She's not turning you off.
No, type slower.
Type slower.
The grass is left over from interior trimming of the Scamp kit car. I love a Scamp.
Is that that's the green one, isn't it? That we saw, or you came to Mini Action, didn't you? Oh, so many events.
I did go to the action.
Yes, you did. Did you not see it there?
I don't know. I've seen so many cars this year. They all blend into one.
I remember seeing a green one there, and yeah, you actually commented on the video of that, Matt, didn't you? Saying, yes, we spent, I think it was 2 years or something building that up, if I remember rightly. See, the thing is, my memory's brilliant when it wants to be, and then rubbish when it comes down to saying things. Fantastic, isn't it, that way? But there we go.
There are humans on the outside. I don't know if they're humans. I don't know if they can be described as humans or just living
Scary
beings.
things. I keep trying to tempt your dad actually with the A30 to go for Wallace and Gromit style, like get him to wear
Yeah.
a Wallace knitted jumper and all that, but he's not going for it.
He's going. My dad is a carpenter by trade, so he's going down the traditional carpentry working van, which I think came about from my granddad had one. I don't really know the whole
I think it'll look good when it's done,
process,
though.
but yeah.
I think she gets Sprout the cat to be Gromit.
Oh god, he'd be useless.
That'll be fun.
Successfully drove a car sometimes. I'm not very good at the clutch.
I had a slipping clutch in the Renault once, and I had it changed.
I missed that there. We see how many only see Carlos is there. Carlos,
No.
appropriate, please.
No.
Just because you're not here.
It's a troublemaker, isn't that, Carlos? You say he's meant to be the more mature member of the team.
He is. Just in age, not in mature in
Mentality.
mentality. We love you, really. Don't worry.
Yes, the Scamp would make for very interesting viewing.
I like scamps.
Yeah.
Scamps and mokes. My ICT teacher had a moke, and
We're surrounded by minis here. We really are.
he loved the fact that I knew what it was, and I think that's the only reason I passed my ICT GCSEs, because he did it all for me because he liked me. A35. Daz is grey. I don't know the fancy term,
I don't know much about it. I mean,
but they are pretty cool. I quite like it.
I've only seen it a handful of times.
You'll see it next weekend.
Oh, no, I'll see it. But
I'm sure you'll be shown around it.
probably showing what's future.
Oh, sounds delicious. Joseph, enjoy your dinner and say hello to Kate for us.
Thank you, Joseph, for all the kind words on the live stream. Yes, we didn't know quite how it was going to go, but it's gone okay, I think, so far.
Yeah, we
Hasn't
probably
cut
won't
out.
be too far behind Joseph in terms of going to have some dinner either, just to let everybody know. But we will give you a shout when we
Probably
know.
maybe go for another 20 minutes, half hour or so,
Yeah.
and then probably call an end to it.
But it's been lovely to have everybody.
Yeah, it's been nice.
We've got a real range of people. It's nice. And just for those of you who are still here, if we were to do this kind of thing monthly, would that be something that is interesting? It was my idea, so if it's not, then you can chat me. That's fine.
Sure, you know, not me.
Yeah, not mature, Carlos, not at all. Hey!
Hey, well done, Ian. There we go, success. We can celebrate other people's successes here as well.
I'm getting pins and needles stuck with food.
Are you?
Yes.
Oh, I can't be that bad. Just stretch your legs out like I am.
No, because my feet will get cold.
Yeah. Try to log on every month.
That's very kind. It was just something, like I said earlier, to sort of save Jake a bit of editing and just to get a little bit of what we've been up to and what the plan is for the next few weeks.
I think it also helps with getting like everyone involved as well, because as much fun as it is for me just to stand there with the camera going, hello, how's it going, welcome. It's quite nice to get other people involved with it as well. I mean, as I've said already, I didn't want Fuel Power to be just about me. I wanted it to be a bit more than me. I mean, obviously Walls Wheels very much was, which is why it's still stuck around as a segment on the channel for obviously the Mini, the Fiat and the Renault, whatever is happening with that in the trailer. I'm going to keep saying because I genuinely have no idea what's happening with it yet. Hey, well done, Matt. Made it 201.
Oh.
Korean zombie program.
That sounds
familiar.
I was going to say it sounds interesting.
It sounds familiar. I don't know why.
Well, I hope she enjoys it. As creepy as it sounds.
Got great chemistry. Oh, thank you, Miss
Thank
Hudnut.
you. It's definitely worth a watch, Mark. See, you go and be the 202nd. Go on.
There we go. Yeah, I like helping other people out with their subscriber numbers and
so
things
there
like
you go. What is today? 30th of January. I forgot the month for a minute then.
It's January 2022.
Our first live. And Ian gets 201 subscribers. See, even it's the important thing is that one, because we didn't quite catch our 500. Bye. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you. Who wants some live Fuel Power? Yes, exactly. Without trying to sound too big-headed, obviously, but
but it's something that we could do quite easily. I don't know how it works on phones and stuff, but we could do it on the way home from an event in the car. Yeah, we could put in the car on the way home, that kind of thing. Especially when it's like in the summer, because obviously it's like 10 to 6 and it's dark, but
well, at the minute we've got a ring light set up, which is why it is actually so light in here.
And it's reflecting off the
if I turned it off, it would actually get quite dark in here.
Well, it's not too bad.
It's not as bad as I thought.
No, garage lighting.
But now I can't actually turn it back on.
See, we were doing so well.
Hooray.
Oh gosh.
Turn that back now. There we go. Because what we're using to be quite clever is, because work, Ryobi tools, little USB thing on it. It's perfect for a ring light. Shameless promotion. Please sponsor us.
So I think we're going quite on the positive with live stream once a month.
Yeah, live stream seems to be working. Everyone seems to like it.
Yeah. So in the last kind of little bit, obviously, as we get towards the end. Oh, Matt, you beat me to it. I was just about to say the things that we are doing next month. Like we said, we've got next weekend is kind of a bit of we've got a review to film.
I'll be filming it, I'm sure.
Well, I'll probably be filming it, and you'll be doing the chat.
I'll be going, hello,
I'll be there because I will have finished work on Friday afternoon.
Oh,
and then we've got a bit of shopping to do for the caravan, but again, if we feel brave enough, we can film it. We're going to somewhere that neither of us go that often. I mean, I don't mind saying, but I live sort of outer areas of Southampton, and we're going into Southampton to go shopping. And to just do a bit of a scout round for flooring and
various other bits and pieces.
Yeah, just little bits and bobs to just
flooring, paint, woods, everything you can possibly imagine.
Not exciting. Yeah, B&Q probably. B&Q's bigger.
Or whatever.
Yeah, but those kind of things just to.
Travis Perkins.
I don't know. Yeah, there is one.
Is there?
Yeah. Not
I don't know why I'm surprised.
Me,
Southampton is bigger than me where I live, so which I'm not going to say. For obvious reasons.
And then, short of that, we're having a pretty chilled weekend. You got anything after that? What's the following weekend?
I mean, there's not really many events in February, so maybe we could get a couple of reviews
Yeah.
filmed, because as Matt's already identified in the chat earlier on, really everything sort of kicks off around March, and it sort of lasts for us at least until October, I'd say, really.
Yeah.
Roughly. So
I think it gets to sort of the end of October, and then all of a sudden things stop, which is.
and then relax for Christmas.
And then relax for Christmas, and then we'll see what we get up to. But we've got some exciting stuff happening in like we said, some of the events that we mentioned earlier, Festival Talia and Beauty, Simply whatever.
There's many Simply events to go to.
Get back to Brooklands, and obviously going back to Brands Hatch Festival Talia, and up to the British Motor Museum. MG40 is a maybe at the minute.
We'd like to do MG40, but it depends on a couple of different factors at the minute, which we're trying to work out, but we'll see how it goes on. Otherwise, we might just go up as spectators,
Yeah, we'll just go and see. We like the Midlands, it's all right.
We do like the Midlands. We have a Midlands base, which is...
We do have a Midlands base. It's like Nan HQ.
This is poor HQ, which is where things sort of went wrong last time.
Yeah, but that's okay, because at least we were safe and dry.
Yeah, at least we got back.
And she wasn't there worrying about us. We did a swap that weekend. What else have we got?
Oh, the event down. Yes, I remember that now. Yes, good point, Matt. They've got a little drive down to Portlandville.
It'd be good to know if you told the person in charge of the diary of these things.
Do you follow?
I don't know what you've booked yourself in for. God.
That's potentially something we could do, Matt. We'll have to have a look at the schedule and just see what else is going on, event-wise, review-wise, and things like that. But yeah, we'd like to join in these things. But she'd like to do more.
Sorry. A walk around of the caravan work.
Stream.
I think it can happen. I mean, obviously, I've kind of taken. Well, I say obviously, you've only seen one video. I have taken sort of lead in terms of presenting of the caravan stuff, which I think that's just because I can talk about it, because it doesn't involve an engine or a car or various models of it. But
we need to write a thing, don't we, as well, to try them. Because funny enough, they still exist as a company.
Yeah, I don't think they really operate.
They don't know. Apparently, they make banners and stuff for shows now, which we
could get a fuel power one. Be like, well, you can't give us any information on your Trident caravans, but can we have a flag?
Yeah, so I think it's worth trying to get in contact with them, see if they can give us any more info, because we've had a lot of people really interested in this caravan, and sadly we've not really been able to say much.
No, and everybody that we ask gives us exactly the same information, which is obviously very helpful, but it tends to be they were made in the 80s, and they were blue on the bottom, or they were red on the bottom, and they were pulled by trikes, and that's all the information that we know.
Yeah, so if we can get in contact with the original manufacturer, find out maybe details about this specific caravan, what colour it was originally before it was Barbie pink. That'd be quite good, I think.
Which even scraping it off doesn't help. But there are videos to come as well of the caravan. We've got those as a bit of a work in progress at the moment. They'll slip in whenever they're ready.
2 or 3 videos for that film so far, so currently to edit.
Yes, but I'm learning to edit. I'm not as good as Jake, but it's one of those things. If that kind of thing, where it's just a little bit more chopping it up and just putting it out there, then it might be something that maybe by the end of the year, I'll be a little bit more proficient. Not that that's going to help with the caravan, but they'll be there at some point. You'll see a bit more of the background of what we're doing and
the nitty-gritty. Yeah, as you said already, you can probably see little bits of what we've done, but it's not a huge amount really. I think the main videos are going to come with it when we actually come to build it back up, essentially, rather than take it all apart.
Yeah, but we've pretty much so far faffed around with the window because it didn't work. It really got on Jake's nerves. We've changed the way the tailgate opens.
We got there eventually.
Too much longer. We've taken the stickers off. We've taken everything out the inside.
It looks a lot better without the stickers on already.
It looks so much cleaner as well.
Even with the pink, it still looks
massively
improved.
It looks better. now that the stickers aren't on it. We've pretty much taken everything out the inside. I've started giving it a clean. I don't know if you can tell. That side is cleaner than that side, and cleaner than the
be able
roof.
to see, but
But yeah, there's sort of that kind of weird dusty mold everywhere, and that's just kind of going. The more I clean it, I think I need a brand deal with pink stuff. If anybody's heard of that,
we're going all pink with this.
we
really.
are going
It
really.
seemed-
It seems
these
seems
are the
right.
seats with the original, well, not original, pink covers by the previous
Yeah.
owner.
She was a
So
bit obsessed with pink. Just to-
nothing wrong with
Things
the
are
colour
nice.
obsession. I like red, and yeah, I've got red feet. So
I like orange.
can you tell? Do you like
Maybe.
orange that much?
I do like orange.
No. But one other thing we need to do is tidy up the workbench behind, because I keep cleaning it off pretty much every week, and every week it ends up with something new on it. He said.
Do you? I've not seen that workbench clean since last year. Out
To be fair,
right
that was a
now.
month ago.
Exactly.
Okay.
That's not every week, then, is it?
I'll clarify then. I did it every week for
Oh, let's go now.
many weeks.
In
And then
lockdown,
I gave up
reward.
when we got this, basically, because it just got covered again. 202 subscribers. There we go.
202.
There we go, Ian. You're getting more subscribers now.
I don't even know if he's still here. I
Ian,
think he might be.
I hope so.
But yeah, so I think we can safely say next month is a little bit quiet
Yeah,
in terms of events and stuff like that. But I mean,
we do have other stuff going on behind the scenes. We've got other things to film.
this
Really-
being one of them.
Well, obviously this being one, yes, you say. We've got some other stuff which we sadly can't reveal at the minute because we could have some secret content coming up.
So secretive, I don't even know what he's talking about.
Carlos with his biking content. I think some of you are quite excited to see what actually happens with the bikes on here. It's something new for us as well, because obviously I've not really experimented too much with bikes, despite many members of my family being bike people or ex-bike people. I think that's going to start when the weather gets a little bit better, when it's less salty and greasy and grimy on the roads and stuff like that. So I think that might start roughly around March, the bike content. So really that's down to Carlos, because he's our resident motorcyclist, and yeah, I can't ride a bike like that, so
Yep.
pedal
Depends on
bike.
how brave he's feeling to get on camera.
He'll be fine. He's okay on camera, I think. He seemed to be.
You can tell us, Carlos, if he's still there. Yeah, I will write that Portland Bill thing down, Matt. Now I know about it.
What are you about? I thought you told about it. There's too many
No.
events. Too many events.
Oh, a Vespa.
A Vespa. Oh, I like a
That
Vespa.
sounds cool.
What year is the ET2, Matt? I'm trying to remember, because my nan and granddad back in the 60s had a Lambretta, so that would have been,
Really?
yeah,
Oh, I can
or
imagine your
1950s,
nan.
1960s Lambretta. Well, she didn't ride it because she didn't have a license. Granddad did.
Yay, he's raring to film bike content.
Woo! There we go, Carlos. You might have a Vespa scooter to ride now. How do you feel about that?
We should book you in.
It's a 1999 model, so scorned by the purists as it's too new. 203. There we go, Ian. Your Shane's
Oh,
plug did work.
Blimey. 500 before you know it.
Fingers crossed.
Just come to all the live streams and you'll get all of the.
No. It's good fun, though. No, if you haven't checked out Ian's channel already, please do. 'Cause,
And to be honest, anybody else that we can see scrolling through here, Mark on motoring.
yes, Mark
I
on
don't know if
motoring.
Matt has a channel, but
Driven 24/7 if she's
Yeah.
still around.
Joseph.
Joseph Lloyd of Lloyd Vehicle Consulting, who was with us earlier. Obviously, Miss Hubnut with her own channel, but I don't think she needs any plugs from a smaller channel like us,
No.
to say the least. Bike trailer too, so the Mini
But it was
Contola
lovely to have
Vespa.
it.
It's brilliant.
I want this to. Can we, when we go to Northern Ireland, can I have a go on this C5, please? I've always wanted one of those. I think I told you that.
Bewley,
Bewley.
simply British classics.
It's one of those things. I always wanted one to take me to school. I think so I didn't have to get the bus, but It was a very flat road, but it was about an hour and 20-minute walk, and it was 45 minutes on the bus, and it was like, oh, I'll just get one of them.
In the nicest way possible, without offending any C5 enthusiasts, would
No.
a C5 battery last that long?
I don't know. How long does it last, Ian?
Do you have a battery in it at the minute? I'm sorry, we're bombarding you with questions now.
Oh,
Oh no, what have you done?
I don't know.
So I just hear a loud
Caravan
bang.
makes noises.
I'm getting now flashbacks from the drive back with this.
Maybe that's what it was.
Maybe it was the caravan. It definitely wasn't. The car is broken. Not you, anybody who
No,
ever say
I'm
that.
getting messages, sorry. And they just blocked the whole box.
It just- Yeah, when you get messages through on this, it blocks the whole chat box, so you can't quite see all the time. Classic bike to tow to shows behind the travel. It would look good. Weren't you in the middle of making something for your C5, Ian, if I remember rightly?
Battery lasts for an hour or two, depending on how steep the road is. See, it was a pretty flat road.
Oh yeah, you'd be all right then.
I'd be alright. I could walk the last bit. That'd be okay.
With anyone with
Charge
military vehicles. Yeah, that's something we discussed already, isn't it, Carlos? But fingers crossed we can make something like that happen. The
Whoa.
C5 motor. Am I right in thinking they were actually made by Hoover, the motors? No, they
I
weren't.
like this. You then had to chase me down the street to disconnect the terminals.
Mark, get back there.
That'd be you. Wait. Your dad running down the road.
To be fair, it has happened once or twice because I had an electric quad bike back when I was. I've still got it actually around and about because, well, the thing was, it was meant to be sold, and then the guy who bought it just never picked it up.
Oh.
So, well, his family friend who's bought it from us for his grandkids,
Oh, right, yeah,
but he just hasn't picked it up yet. So I suspect somehow his
washing machine motor.
I suspect somehow his grandchildren are going to be too big for it now. So yeah, maybe not to him. So I don't know. We'll see.
Look, Matt, we should just get you to organise a West Country Minis trip to Northern Ireland.
Ooh, I'd join in that.
Yeah, like West Country Minis on tour.
Oh gosh, Matt's
Ooh.
got contacts for military vehicles. There we go, Carlos.
That'll make Carlos very happy.
That will make him very happy. He's a massive fanatic of military vehicles. What else? Some contacts with anyone with? Oh, that's what we read. Trailer for the
We're up to-
C5 still to be made.
We're up to speed.
We've caught up, yeah. But yeah, I think with you, Ian, making the C5 trailer, that could be quite an interesting series because it's he's very happy. It's something that you don't really see too often on YouTube. Many people are just like, here's what we've bought, like us with this, you know. As we said in the reveal video, one of the things we wanted to do was to build a teardrop caravan for this, which is why I had all those little 1 to 10 scale models I made quite proudly, but yeah, it just wasn't the right time to build one. I think we would have run out of time before Metro Rise Weekend.
Run out of time and run out of money.
Both of those. Yeah. So,
but I think,
especially with so many things going wrong at the minute as well, with various things like obviously car breakage. Also, my PC decides to have a load of problems, which is why on many of my previous videos you might have seen little red lines popping up all over them. But hopefully that is now repaired. At great cost, but it's still hopefully repaired. So, yeah, hopefully that won't happen anymore, which would be nice, because it's not something I actually realised until December. And what it was my graphics card was failing. So trying to find a graphics card at the minute for anyone who's in that sort of scene or knows about these things, I don't.
it's impossible.
I'm really not technological when it comes to PCs in that way. I can tell what a graphics card is, I know what it does, but I don't know the difference between models. But yeah, mine was quite old. I had it secondhand from Chris, who was in the comments earlier. I don't know whether he still is, but you know, a good friend of mine said, you know, you can have it just to get you started off, and it's done well for 2 years, but it's gone, and I think it's lived its natural life. I think it was 2013 it said on it somewhere in the files that came with it, but quite old for a PC technology. So yeah, sadly it's had its time, and now I've got a newer one which hopefully should fix the issue. So yay, hopefully no red lines all over the videos anymore.
Good.
So that makes me happy because it makes me feel more professional again.
You can see there's a Northern Ireland trip with the minis is probably on. Bruges in October.
We're doing Bruges. Bruges, Belgium.
Mm-hmm.
That'd be quite a good tour.
It would be.
This will
You
be
got
done
a
by
passport?
October. So
Oh yeah, that'd be cool. Take it
do a
Europe.
European trip, yeah.
That sounds cool. So I'm going
Portrush in August, yeah, that'd be quite a good one. We did CC about 12 years ago. Not much to here. It's another mini saloon tow bar to modify
Oh,
to fit the
excuse me.
Traveller, but now I have access to a lift. Yes, you do, don't you? You've got that lift now, which is quite a useful feature. I wish I had one.
Well, you take your head on the ceiling, but
Well, you probably
Or
end
the
up crashing the
roof.
roof of the car on it, but you know, I wish I had one
maybe one day.
locally. But funnily enough, actually, you say that, Ian. I do have a Austin Maxi tow bar of all things, which
I don't know.
it's a car.
I know it's a car. I gathered that much, but I don't know what it looks like. I
It
can't
looks
put it
looks
in my
like
head.
that, which you can probably just see behind my outfit. It's hidden behind the garage,
Oh,
basically.
the tow. I meant the car, but okay.
Oh,
I know what a tow bar looks like. I'm not
I'll
that
show you.
much
I'll
of
show
an
you a picture of it later on.
idiot. Thanks.
But no, basically, I got given that as a.
Tickle both.
Oh, I'm sorry, I realised your foot was there. Got given that to put on the Renault initially when I was looking for a tow bar for that to modify it to fit. But then, of course, you got all this legislation with tow bars that it has to be made to fit the car and all that post 1997 or 8, etc., etc. So I couldn't modify it, so I didn't use it. I did actually think about using it for the Mini back in 2019 for IMM 2019, which was organised, of course, by West Country Muse themselves. And I just didn't end up using it, so I managed to find one second-hand, but brand new, never out of the box. So I just had that installed instead. So, yay me! Needed it for the towing the trailer with the tent and everything in it for that long weekend, because between me and my friend Chris, who again was in the chat earlier, we both got a massive amount of dietary requirements. So it just made more sense to take a trailer full of food, basically, and a toilet and tent and everything else. And yeah, I think it was worthwhile because the trailer acted as a bit of a windbreak for the tent at the same time
When it absolutely
when it chucked down that weekend. Yeah, from speaking with Matt, he was saying that they plan to have many bottles of water delivered to the site because they expect it to be a massive heat wave. And night one, huge thunderstorm, and after that it was just wind and rain for the whole weekend. So sadly not the perfect summer weekend, unfortunately, but many people still turned up for it though, and it was a great event. I really enjoyed it, and I'd happily do another Ironman. But
I'd like to do one.
Hmm.
I think that's the thing. There's all these events that you talked about before I even
net-
knew you. It was kind of like it's amazing to think that all these things are, you know, they've managed to survive lockdown and the pandemic and all the years that have
Yeah.
followed it, and for them to start back up again. I think I timed it well, didn't I? And I get to
think,
go to all of these things.
I mean, I wouldn't have done this. I wouldn't have done this YouTube channel unless I had the time and knew about these events to do it. So
Yeah.
you know, I wouldn't have started this YouTube channel in 2020. So still got some IMM hoodies from that.
Can I just pretend I went?
Just protect if you want.
It was one of the. It must have been. I sort of had a gap of about. How old am I now? 24. Probably about
Cool, yeah.
12 years where I didn't do anything mini related.
Gosh.
Between
To be
like
fair, I
all
didn't
of the
do
things
mini
when I was
events.
little and then now.
I didn't do mini events until 2019
No.
because I didn't have a mini until then. So I didn't do anything until 2019 car-wise, apart from local
You
shows.
stood them at home.
Well, the thing is,
Yes.
although my dad is very much into his cars, which I'm pretty sure that's where my love of cars comes from, he didn't really go to many shows. So I didn't quite get that opportunity growing up, whereas now I'm obviously able to drive myself. I can. So,
Yeah. Whereas I was the complete opposite. I
whereas
had no real interest, but I had a dad who
You had to
took
go.
cars to concourse. And...
we had the wrong dad, basically.
Oh yeah, we did. We should have just swapped.
That would have done. Yeah.
I think I grew up at mini shows.
Speak to the IT department about graphics cards. Okay, Carl. Speak to the IT department about graphics cards.
That's
No.
the next one.
I'll drop you a message. No, I don't need one for my PC before that's what you're thinking. What we got? Yeah, I only did Scotland and Ireland. Ireland was both amazing despite the rain and the mud in
Obviously.
Scotland. Ireland was 30 degrees most of the weekend, which was a fun drive down in the rally with no headcloth. Oh.
It was like driving an oven.
Oh. Am I right in thinking you've got a video of your drive down to that on your channel? I'm pretty sure you
Slowly
do.
sweating, getting warmer and
No,
warmer.
he faced it out the windscreen.
Oh.
Which is probably a wise choice given it was like an oven. But,
Slowly
yeah.
cooking.
I mean, we went to the DMC and Leyland show last year. The queue to get in there was an hour long.
And we were right at the beginning of it as well.
And we were right at the beginning of it. And to put it this way, I think about 7 cars overheated on the way in.
At least, yeah. From what we
And-
saw, bearing in mind, like we say, bearing in mind we were right at the beginning.
Yeah, and
Just
Millie nearly overheated.
very quickly. Thank you for joining us, Matt. It was
Yes,
lovely
thank
to
you, Matt.
have you with us.
Yes, we'll get in contact with you soon, probably about discussing axles and things. If anything like that happens at all, maybe not. I don't know. I'm going to keep mentioning it.
What do you mean professional, Ian? You know, 200 plus subs. That's
Yeah.
professional now.
There we go. You
Professional
should have that on your Twitter bio, saying 200 plus subscribers on YouTube. Professional man.
Professional YouTuber. Fuel power approved.
No, you are very professional, Ian. We love your content. But yes, get in contact with Matt about axles, maybe.
Yeah.
We'll see what happens, but fingers crossed. I'd like to save it, really would, but again, I don't know. The logical decision is to scrap it because it's age,
Scrap worthy.
scrap worthy. No,
But I
it's
think
age,
there's a lot of people as well, like for anyone who hasn't watched the video or hasn't read down in the comments, because that's not necessarily
video
where
I
you would
nearly
go.
cried.
Yeah, where you nearly cried. It was like this close. Oh, that Sunday, yes it was. So you didn't film that Sunday. That was this close. If I'd have poked you wrong on the arm.
I like that car. I love it. You know
I know you do,
It's a
but a
car,
lot of
it's
people in the
stupid,
comments have mentioned about supporting in one way or another with finding bits and pieces, which obviously everybody on the chat has done this evening, which is very kind of you all. I know, although it doesn't really mean anything to me, I know how much it means to Jig, so it's important that, and I know that if it was my car and it had gone bang, even though I hadn't had it for 23 years, I would still be quite upset if my car was on death's door, shall we say.
Yeah, I mean, I always planned on going to shows in the Renault, and last year was sort of the first year where I could, because it was at that age where shows like Retro Rides Weekend are actually accepted it to be shown. I mean, okay, they allow 1998 and older, and the Renault's 99, but the model's 96 and all that stuff. So on a technicality, it was allowed in, but it would be nice to be able to do more of that in it. But yeah, we shall see.
Yeah.
I'd like to do more, but maybe not this year if it is safe.
I don't think this year you'll see much more from it, but
I think
it's not to say that it's never going to happen.
No, I think if there is, if it does get saved at all instead of going to the scrapyard, it'll just be a case of this is what's happened to it, this is where it's going to be. Maybe make a video sort of, this is my car, it's broken.
Oh no.
But yeah, maybe do something along the lines of that, and maybe get those arches finally fixed, because let's put it this way, if it is saved, it's going to be full project rather than just a rolling project like it has been for the last year or two, essentially. But that's the way the cookie crumbles. I mean, we shall see.
Yeah. Get it sorted a bit quicker. Than...
But I think I'm leaning more towards keeping it, but I have to organise a lot of stuff first before that can happen. But if I can, great. If I can't, then I will be deeply, deeply sad and
We will
probably
have to consult
upset on
him.
YouTube forever and ever. No, not forever, just for a bit.
Just for a little while, until you find something else.
Until I find something else briefly to use as a temporary daily. Temporary daily? I don't even need that. I've got one. No, as a temporary fleet member. Now, it might be, or at least hoping to enter maybe some £500 car challenges or something maybe later this year, if at all possible. So,
Yeah.
We might be having some temporary fleet members briefly join. Obviously, being temporary, that's exactly what it is.
A few months, 6
They
months.
might only be here for a month or 2 or 3 most, but if they do, great. If they don't, they don't. Yes, we've still got 6, 7 viewers now, even,
We do.
and 5 likes. Thank you very much for all those who've left likes and all that. Obviously, it means a lot to us here
Yeah.
making these
And
videos.
I'm sure that also, like, obviously, as much as the novelty of this is the fact that it's gone on
It
for
is
an
a-
hour and 20 minutes,
It is a novelty.
it probably won't go on for this long every single time.
It's just because it's the first one and we're not used to it. We don't
Yeah,
quite know what to
it's-
say or
it's
do or whatever.
Nice though. It's an easy film as well. I think for us to get it done and for you guys to have the opportunity to have a chat with us as well and and it's been really lovely actually to watch as somebody who's not so much in the car scene and has just sort of brought myself into it.
Oh, Carlos.
Thanks.
You think he'd be supportive of his own team, but no.
do you think it's because we've left him out because he's not here?
Maybe. Do you want to rush over quickly, Carlos?
Yeah, quick on the bike. It'll be quicker in the bike than the car. But like to see everybody talking and obviously like subscribing and
Interacting.
supporting with each other as well has been really nice.
Hmm.
And I think that's kind of another reason why you wanted to change the name was like to make it a bit more of a community. Like we don't want them and us. We're very much a sort of
Community?
car community. Yeah,
Yeah.
not quite a family, but you know, some of you we like very much.
Thank you, Ian, for joining us.
Yes,
Much
thank you.
appreciated. And yeah, hopefully see you next month with one of these.
Yeah, if not before.
Hopefully, fingers crossed. We shall see. But yes, I think we should probably draw this to a close. We've been going on for
Probably
an hour
should.
and 22
Yes.
minutes as well.
I was keeping an eye to sort of
I'm full of chicken.
and have a wash on.
Well, that's no excuse, Carlos. But yeah, anyway, I think we should probably bring this to a close fairly
Yeah.
soon, don't you?
I'm getting hungry.
Shall we go for another 8 minutes? Bring it out to an hour and a half, and that'll be it.
Yeah, I was keeping an eye to 6:30.
Yeah, I think that's fair enough.
And that would be dinner time.
Yeah. So before we bring this to a close within the next 8 minutes or so, has anybody got any final questions to ask us, basically,
Who's left?
or anybody who's
I don't
left?
even know who's left now. Like I've
There's
lost
7
track.
people.
Carlos is still here.
Carlos is still here. Ian's obviously just departed.
Oh,
Matt has
he's
departed.
left us. He's not departed. That means not he's died.
No, you're not dying. Yeah, I mean, obviously, if there's sort of no questions, we'll maybe bring it to a close in the
Yeah.
next 2 minutes
Next
or
couple
so.
of minutes.
But yeah, if you've got any questions,
Say now
now's-
for hold your peace, or we'll have to save it to next time.
If money time. Money time. I don't know what that means. I'm trying to work it out.
No idea. Ben, what are you talking about?
Oh, Mark's still here. Yes,
You're
Mark
still
is
here,
still
Mark.
here. Yes, thank you very much for joining in the live stream, though. If money or time.
Did you press send too early as well? That's,
Oh,
that's
yes.
a real habit. Like, everybody.
No, it's easily done. I've done it enough when I've joined in other live streams. Money or time wasn't the limit. What would you review? Oh, good question. If I could, I would love to review a Peel P50. Just because it's so weird and unique and quirky. I know you probably don't think much of it.
No, I like them. They're cute.
Do you?
Yeah.
Oh, thank God.
What is like? You know, I pull one out of the workshop.
Just
now.
here's my new project. No, I don't have one. I wish I did. But I'd like to review one of those because they're so rare and quirky and odd. When I went to Jersey last year on holiday, I actually saw one being towed in a trailer to somebody's house to be restored, and I thought, that's really cool. I'd like one of those. But not there and then. I was in the Sandero and couldn't bring it back with me. So not even on the roof bars. So, although it's especially like a little Tykes car, you know.
That's how you'd have to do it. You know?
I
Red
know.
on the bottom, yellow on top.
Have a child and just say little Tykes car. No, not quite like that. But yeah, that's a good question actually. What would you review if you could, if at all?
I don't know anything about anything. I'd have to review a Brailer or something.
A
Completely
Brailer,
unrelated.
yeah, you'd be good at that.
Nothing to do with the car.
Lamborghini Miura. Good shout, Carlos. Good shout.
Maybe one day. We can tick your boxes one day, both of you.
Yes. P50 with a tow bar to shunt the car. That'd be a good chat, actually. I laugh, but it would actually
I
be
don't
quite
think
a
the
good one.
caravan needs any sort of shunting. You just pick it up.
Pick it up and carry it inside, yeah. To be fair, a P50 would probably fit in the garage in front of the Mini if I pushed it back a little bit.
No, I don't know what a P50 is. Or a PLP.
PLP50.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah.
I'm just checking. But
Like
it's
the one
not,
I sat in
it's
at
not the
Bewley.
same, not different things.
Maybe I'll have to ask Bewley if they'll let me drive theirs. I probably won't, but
I'd like to have a go. I would like to have a go in a new Land Rover Defender. I think they're
what
quite-
one of the new ones?
I think they're kind of ugly, but they're also. I've seen one in black, like all black, and I like that. That's good. It looks good like that, rather than the sort of green with the weird box on the side.
Yes. I know what you mean.
Yeah.
They're quite good looking vehicles in a way. When they're done right, they look good. If we want to go all time favourites, I guess to review, probably Delta Integrale. I want to drive one of those at some point as well. It's Lancia.
You're just saying car words at me now. I've got no idea.
I'll find
I'm here
one.
to sort the diary, and clearly I'm not very good at that if I keep missing these events that you apparently told me you want to go to.
There's too many events. We'll manage to fit them all in. It's just there's a lot of events to do
Yeah.
this year.
Reviews aren't really my thing. I think I'm a bit more of the.
That's a Delta Integrale.
I do.
Let's get rid of that.
Was one of those? There was one of them at Silverstone.
There we go. For those who want to know, probably. There's many cars at Silverstone, so probably.
Would you not want to do an F1 car? That'd be brilliant.
I'd like to do one. I think the chances of driving an F1 car are pretty slim, though, unless you're an F1 driver. I think so, though. They do them down at Paul Ricard circuit with what is currently the Alpine team. So,
Well, I mean, you and what's his face like that? What's his name?
oh, me and Karun Chandok.
Yeah,
Yeah,
best friends.
yeah. No, I met Karun Chandok once at Thruxton 50th, and now ever since, apparently, we've been
You bring it
close
up.
buddies. So, it's my claim to fame, all right? As many mum who brings it up to you. It's all right, you like that. And yes, she does sound like that.
I'm surprised she hasn't popped her head out the garage into the garage yet.
They're fun cars from the 70s. Yes, that'd be good fun. They're a different beast entirely. You know, the lack of, well, anything basically, apart from an engine. Brakes not as good as today, no ABS. Or actually, no, do modern F1 cars have ABS? I don't think they do. I don't think they do have ABS.
No idea.
They do in the F1 games.
See, this is the other thing that we can get. Carlos, if you can join us
Can you do
for
an
one of
F1
these,
car?
we can do an F1 chat when it gets going again. That's the March job. There you go.
Yes, for pre-season testing and things like that. Oh, that's exciting.
End of February. You can do that because I don't understand.
Okay, me and Carlos will have to do that
Yeah.
one.
I was getting the tests last year of who's that? What's that name?
You
When
wanted,
it's just the 3 letters.
you wanted to get into it.
I know, and I like it, but
No,
that was my level of knowledge.
No, you're
What
a
are their
McLaren
names?
fan.
Yeah, that's just because it's orange.
You did better than Nan, though. with
Your
F1
nan is
driving.
84.
She is 84, nearly 85.
There's 60 years between us.
She does her best, bless her. She's a lovely lady. She lets us stay at hers. So.
Yes.
And also, she does make some good soup. So.
I can't say on that.
No, you haven't had any Nan soup yet.
I have to book it in for when we go up next.
Yes, definitely. If she's there, when we're there. And
Should probably next time. Himley Hall in March. Bingley Hall.
Bingley
Turn me
Hall,
in for
yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Cool.
Right.
So I think we're getting live streams for
Yes, Mark. Yes, we are.
live streams once a month. Live streams for Formula One with Carlos, who's not here, and Jake. Carlos is here.
The two F1
And
people.
I'll chime in when I know what I'm talking about, which will
Yeah.
be in about 2027. But
We'll try not to discuss Abu Dhabi too much because it's a bit controversial to say the least. But
it's also last year.
it's also
old
last year.
news.
Let's talk about 2022
Yeah, I
when we
think
actually get round to
Once the new season starts
it. Yeah.
and the races happen,
Develop.
you could have a kind of monthly update, or whatever. We can figure out a way of getting you both on it at the same time. I don't know if that works, like Zoom.
Yeah. Also, Mark, yes, it does look daylight to me because we've got a ring light just somewhere over there,
Yes.
powered off a battery.
You're very welcome, Ben. And thank you for joining us.
Yes, and I think with that, I think we should bring it to a close.
Before we're too late for tea.
Yes, we all go hungry. So yes, anyway, thank you for joining the very first Fuel Power live stream. We hope you've enjoyed us chatting anything and everything, basically, in the
I'm
last
just going
hour
to
and
take
a
a
half.
picture for social media because I'm a social media person.
Oh, she's taking
Smile.
social media stuff.
So
Smile,
good.
everyone.
But yeah, thank you for joining us. It's been really interesting.
It has been interesting. It's been
Yeah,
different
it's
because
been
I've never done one of these before. So
No. There's perks to getting 500 subs.
yes, there is perks to getting 500 subscribers and X amount of number. And yes, Mark, farewell with that. Yes.
Right, should we actually go now?
Yes,
We're
I
saying
think we
goodbye?
should because we're hungry. Anyway,
Thank you very much for joining us, and we'll see you in a video very shortly. And if not, we'll see you live next month.
so yes, until then, bye.
Farewell.
Farewell.